This is what they told me to tell y'all, right here. Every single resident
chose to lie, implicate this man, and drag him through this experience from 2000.
The latest twist in the Tiffany Henyard saga has sparked major concerns after her lawyer made a critical mistake. This blunder has left many wondering if Henyard is on the verge of losing everything. If this turns out to be a fatal error, it could spell the end of her career as she faces mounting legal troubles. With the spotlight on her missteps and missed court opportunities, the big question remains: is this the final straw for Henyard, or does she still have a chance to recover? Stay updated by subscribing for the latest news. Let's dive in.
You do not stand with me, and I want you to step down.
The mayor of Daunting, Tiffany Henyard, lashed out at her board of trustees during another tense meeting.
She vetoed the board.
Tiffany Henyard, the controversial mayor of Daunting, has once again stunned the public with a daring decision. This time, it's even more significant as she has retained a lawyer notorious for his involvement in some of the nation's most infamous legal battles. Unlike previous controversies surrounding her lavish expenditures or contentious board meetings, this development suggests something far more consequential is unfolding. Henyard's move to hire criminal defense attorney Brinley earlier this year has placed her directly at the center of growing controversy. Brinley was brought on board following the FBI's deployment of agents to the village and township, and now he himself is facing serious accusations of bribery and unethical conduct. These allegations are linked to his association with Henyard's primary attorney, Keith Freeman, raising widespread concerns about Brinley's integrity. Henyard's decision to align herself with Brinley despite his scandal-ridden history may prove to be a critical miscalculation. Brinley's legal career is shadowed by high-profile yet controversial cases, including his defense of R. Kelly's manager in a widely publicized child pornography trial. His courtroom tactics have faced intense scrutiny, and he has repeatedly been accused of professional misconduct. This has led to widespread speculation about the potential influence he could wield over Henyard's already precarious political and legal standing. Brinley's reputation is further tainted by his involvement in defending individuals accused of serious crimes, which has led to questions about his ethical limitations. His legal strategies in previous cases, particularly his defense of R. Kelly's manager, who faced charges of witness tampering and involvement in child pornography, paint a troubling picture. Though Brinley's maneuvers helped his client evade conviction, they also attracted widespread criticism. Accusations against Brinley include bribing officials, coercing false testimony, and manipulating evidence, tactics that have deeply undermined confidence in his professional integrity. As public scrutiny intensifies, Henyard's controversial decision to retain him has only deepened concerns regarding her motivations. Many are now questioning what Henyard might be attempting to conceal or achieve by enlisting the services of such a polarizing figure. The backlash has been substantial, with critics wondering whether Henyard has placed her faith in the wrong individual and what repercussions this could have for her future. As the legal drama continues to unfold, it is becoming increasingly apparent that Henyard's choice to employ Brinley could have profound and lasting consequences. Not only does it pose a direct threat to her political career, but it also risks permanently damaging her standing within the legal and public spheres. Ultimately, this decision may come to define her future and determine whether she can withstand the mounting pressure surrounding her administration.
Like this before.
Why are you having a federal criminal lawyer sit next to you at a village board meeting? I mean, all I can say is, really? Even in Chicago?
Brinley, the criminal defense attorney hired by Tiffany Henyard earlier this year, following the FBI's deployment of agents to the village and township, is now at the center of an intensifying scandal. Recently, he has been accused of implicating Henyard's primary attorney, Keith Freeman, in acts of bribery and unethical conduct. These accusations have raised serious doubts about Brinley's moral integrity and his ability to practice law within legal boundaries, placing his professional reputation under extreme scrutiny. However, what further complicates this already controversial situation is Tiffany Henyard's decision to enlist Brinley's services, despite his long and deeply tarnished history. Many consider this move to be a potentially disastrous choice, especially given Brinley's extensive background in handling high-profile criminal cases that have drawn widespread condemnation. Among his most notorious cases is his legal representation of R. Kelly's manager during a highly publicized trial involving charges of child pornography. This case in particular solidified Brinley's reputation as a divisive and controversial figure within the legal world. Brinley's career has been marked by questionable legal strategies and repeated allegations of misconduct. These factors have only fueled further concerns regarding the potential influence he may exert over Tiffany Henyard's already precarious political and legal standing. Throughout his career, Brinley has defended infamous individuals entangled in severe criminal allegations, earning a reputation that legal professionals cannot easily ignore. Henyard's decision to associate herself with such a polarizing figure has set off alarm bells, with many questioning the wisdom of her choice. Although Henyard is recognized for her political acumen, her association with Brinley, who is equally infamous for his ethical transgressions, has raised significant doubts about her judgment. Many are now asking whether she has made a critical error in hiring an attorney with such a controversial past, and whether this decision will carry lasting repercussions for her career. The situation becomes even more troubling when considering Brinley's well-documented history of legal controversies. Public perception is now shifting towards skepticism, with many questioning Henyard's true motivations. Is she attempting to shield herself from scrutiny by hiring Brinley, or is she simply willing to take an enormous gamble by retaining a lawyer whose career has been fraught with ethical violations? Public concern is mounting due to Brinley's previous involvement in the defense of R. Kelly's manager, who faced allegations of witness tampering and participation in child pornography. This case, which was widely covered by the media, drew sharp criticism and intense public scrutiny. Brinley's legal maneuvers ultimately allowed the manager to avoid conviction, but not without generating substantial backlash. His tactics in the case have led to accusations of bribing authorities, encouraging false testimony, and tampering with evidence, actions that have cast serious doubt on his ethical standards and the legitimacy of his legal methods. These deeply troubling allegations portray Brinley as an attorney willing to manipulate or even violate legal and moral principles in his pursuit of victory. Given his checkered past and his history of representing high-profile criminal defendants, many are now questioning why Tiffany Henyard would choose to employ him. His career is filled with accusations of unethical behavior, and his professional record has now cast a shadow over Henyard's decision-making, causing many to question her ability to exercise sound judgment. The public is left wondering what Henyard's true intentions are. Is she merely seeking a defense attorney who is willing to push ethical boundaries, or is there something far more significant at stake? As she continues to stand by Brinley, the scrutiny surrounding her decision only grows more intense. Many are beginning to speculate about what she might be attempting to hide, or what she hopes to achieve by aligning herself with such a highly controversial legal figure. Brinley's deep entanglement in other high-profile criminal defense cases, many of which have received widespread media attention, only adds to the complexity of the situation. His history of representing individuals accused of serious crimes has frequently been associated with questionable legal tactics, further solidifying his contentious status in the legal community. As a result, there is increasing apprehension about the potential impact his representation might have on Tiffany Henyard's future within both the political and legal spheres. If Brinley is unable to evade the ethical and legal challenges that have plagued him throughout his career, what consequences will this have for Henyard? Could her professional credibility suffer irreparable damage due to her association with him? And if so, what long-term repercussions might she face as a result? These pressing questions loom over her as the controversy continues to unfold. The legal community, along with the general public, is closely observing the situation to determine how it will ultimately play out. Tiffany Henyard's decision to hire Brinley could mark a critical turning point in her career. The growing scrutiny over her judgment, coupled with the ongoing accusations against Brinley, suggests that her association with him may prove to be an enormous liability. What initially seemed like an attempt to secure top-tier legal representation has instead spiraled into an escalating public relations disaster. With Brinley's past littered with allegations of misconduct and unethical behavior, Henyard's future is becoming increasingly uncertain. As this situation continues to develop, it is becoming increasingly clear that Henyard's controversial decision to retain Brinley may have long-lasting consequences. The controversy surrounding her legal choices has only intensified, and as the scandal grows, her once secure position is looking more precarious than ever. What began as a strategic legal move may soon turn into a defining moment in her career, one that could haunt Tiffany Henyard for years to come.
Robert Kelly's lawyers, Edward Jensen and Jerry Margolis, was great work.
McDavid and others knew of Kelly's contact and
Tiffany Henyard's decision to hire Brinley has raised serious concerns due to his controversial past and reputation for employing aggressive legal tactics. Her choice of legal representation speaks volumes about her approach to decision-making, prompting many to question whether she plans to leverage Brinley's notorious and combative strategies to navigate her escalating legal troubles, or if there are deeper, more troubling motives behind her selection. This move is widely viewed as reckless and has the potential to further damage her already fragile reputation. Local town officials and Daunting residents have been vocal in criticizing Henyard's judgment, particularly given Brinley's highly controversial history. The situation became even more alarming when her previous legal team, the Delgado Law Group, abruptly resigned, citing financial difficulties. This left Henyard without legal representation in 22 ongoing lawsuits, further fueling speculation that her legal troubles are far more severe than she has publicly acknowledged. The departure of the Delgado Law Group has been perceived as a major red flag, suggesting that there may be deeper, more complex issues within Henyard's administration that the public has yet to fully grasp. Legal teams rarely resign from such high-profile cases without significant internal conflicts, raising further questions about the extent of the problems behind the scenes. Now, with Brinley leading her defense, the concerns surrounding Henyard's legal battles continue to grow, leaving many wondering what the true extent of her legal and ethical challenges may be.